My name is Emily Carter, and until 1 week before my wedding, I believed I had everything a woman could dream of. I was 28 years old, living in Seattle, Washington. I had a successful marketing career, a beautiful apartment overlooking Lake Union, supportive parents, loyal friends, and a man I thought would love me forever. His name was Ryan Brooks. We had been together for almost 5 years. Ryan wasn't perfect, but neither was I. That's what made our relationship feel real. We laughed together, argued over ridiculous things like what toppings belonged on pizza, traveled across the country every summer, and spent countless evenings dreaming about our future. He proposed during a weekend trip to Napa Valley. I cried before I could even answer. Of course I said yes. That night, while we sat under the stars with glasses of wine, Ryan looked into my eyes and said something I'll never forget. I promise I'll never give you a reason to doubt me. At the time, I believed every word. Looking back now, that promise became the biggest lie of my life. Wedding planning wasn't easy, but it was exciting. Every weekend was filled with appointments. The florist, the caterer, the venue coordinator, the photographer, the DJ. Every little detail mattered because I wanted everything to be perfect. Ryan always joked that I was becoming a professional wedding planner. I'd laugh and tell him someone had to keep everything organized. Our wedding was scheduled for the following Saturday, only 7 days away. Invitations had been sent months earlier. More than 150 guests had already confirmed. Both of our families had flown in from different states. Everything was paid for. Almost $60,000. Every penny came from.
I didn't cry on the drive home. That surprised even me. For 2 days, I'd cried until my eyes burned, until I thought there were no tears left inside me. But after seeing those photographs, after seeing Ryan buying another woman an engagement ring while pretending to plan our wedding, something inside me died. The woman who would have begged for an explanation was gone. The woman who would have forgiven him because she loved him was gone. All that remained was someone who wanted the truth to be seen. Not through screaming, not through revenge that would make me look bitter. Through facts. Cold, undeniable facts. Sophia glanced at me from the passenger seat. You've been quiet. I'm thinking. About what?
I stood in the kitchen, pretending to scroll through my phone while Ryan poured himself a cup of coffee. He smiled at me. The countdown is almost over. Yeah, I answered quietly. Only 5 more days. He walked over and kissed my forehead. Normally, that simple gesture would have made me smile. Instead, every part of me wanted to step away. All I could think about was the message I'd just seen. Last night was amazing. I can't wait until she's finally out of the picture. Out of the picture. Was that me? The woman he planned to marry in less than a week? I somehow managed to smile back. I have a meeting this morning. Okay, he said casually. I'll probably be late tonight. Wedding stuff with my groomsmen. Another lie. I could already feel it. The moment Ryan left, I barely slept the night before the wedding. Not because I was nervous, because I was rehearsing every possible outcome in my head. Would Ryan deny everything? Would he run? Would people believe me? Would I lose friends? Every question circled through my mind until the sun finally rose over Seattle. Today was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead, it would become the day Ryan Brooks destroyed his own reputation. My phone buzzed at 6:30 a.m. Ryan. Good morning, beautiful. Today we finally become husband and wife. I love you more than anything. I stared at the message. 5 years together, and he could still lie that effortlessly? I typed back exactly 4 words. See you at noon. Nothing more. By 8 o'clock, my bridal suite at the venue was full of laughter. My bridesmaids were having mimosas, the hairstylists were finishing curls, the makeup artists were putting on the final touches. If someone had walked into the room, they would have thought it was the perfect wedding morning. Only 3 people knew the truth. Sophia, my parents, me. Everyone else believed this was still a celebration. Sophia closed the dressing room door behind us. You ready? No. The ballroom emptied within minutes. Not because the ceremony was over, because the illusion was. People hugged me as they walked past. Some apologized for not noticing the warning signs. Others admitted they'd always thought Ryan was too perfect. His coworkers avoided looking at him. Several quietly left without saying a word. The only person standing alone at the altar was Ryan. For the first time in 5 years, he had no audience left. As I stepped outside the venue, I expected to feel devastated. Instead, I felt strangely light. It was as if someone had removed a weight I'd been carrying without realizing it. Sophia wrapped an arm around my shoulders. How do you feel? I looked up at the bright Seattle sky. Free. She smiled. I was hoping you'd say that. Since the reception had already been fully paid for, the venue manager approached me. Emily? Yes? The food has already been prepared. So? We can either dispose of it or continue serving it. I looked through the ballroom windows. Hundreds of meals. Beautiful decorations. A dance floor that would never host a first dance. Then an idea came to me. Call the local women's shelter. The manager blinked. What? And the homeless outreach organizations. You want to donate everything? Every meal. The desserts. The flowers. The gift baskets. If someone can use it, I'd rather it bring happiness than remind me of today. Within an hour, volunteers began arriving. Watching families and children enjoy the food that was meant for my wedding healed a small part of my heart. For the first time that day, something beautiful came from something broken. Meanwhile, Ryan wasn't having the same experience. By evening, my phone was flooded with messages. Not from him, from mutual friends. One text read, Ryan got fired today. Apparently, several executives from his company had attended the wedding. After seeing the evidence on the projector, they questioned his honesty and professionalism. By the end of the afternoon, his employment was terminated. Another message arrived. His landlord asked him to move out. His roommate no